Hello and welcome back to Haftonburger's Better Than Wolves Let's Play Episode 3. I just updated to Better Than Wolves 4.15. Flower Child does update things quite a bit. A new thing that he added is hardcore buoyancy. So like rocks, like stones will float, but some things float, or some things sink, some things float. Like the eggs are, my eggs here are floating. Well, kind of floating, but not really. Just knock this off to show you really quick. Some things float really well. Everything has a different buoyancy now, so that'll make building separators and hopper systems much more interesting, and allow to do things a little more precisely if you can get everything wired and working right. When I did update, I did lose. I did it wrong. One thing when you update, you have to make sure you back up your world quite a bit before, at least a couple times before. I'd extra back up your world when you update, because when I updated, I somehow lost the Better Than Wolves mod, so all the stuff that I had made up that was Better Than Wolves was all gone. So like the windmill was there, but the actual axles and gearboxes and all my hemp and everything in my inventory was just completely wiped out, and I didn't have it done up, so that was a little bit hard. But anyway, it took a little bit and I got everything all back to where it was supposed to be. So the next thing we're gonna have to do, now that we have the millstone up, is we're gonna want to make some tanned leather, and in order to do that, we just take our regular leather. I think that's all I got. Yeah, just the 30. Oh, and you notice I've separated out my pigs and my cows for right now. And I also added this little fence system so I can get in and out. When I do the 2 pits and stuff, the only way to get out is kind of dig your way out and then kind of fill it up behind you so they don't follow you out. But when you do a fence like this, you can get in here. And they can get up on this ledge, but if you put the blocks here, they can't get out. And obviously they can't use the gate, so if you have it like that, then it makes it a lot easier to get in and out when you need to. And I enclosed the wolf pen up so I can get some dung out of these guys. And the way to get dung is to take some raw meat and then feed it to them. And the dung they'll expel the dung whenever they're done with it. So make sure everybody's fed here. I think everybody is. But yeah, it's kind of on a random interval. I don't know exactly how long it takes. And then I've been making eggs too. Right now I'm just frying them up. But anyway, back to the leather. What we have to do is scour the leather. And you do that on a millstone. And turn that on. You hear it coming down. There it goes. A stewing pot. In order to make a stewing pot, we need a bone and some iron. Bone. One bone. Iron. Where did I put the iron? Yeah, I gotta get all this stuff sorted out. It's kind of a pain the way it is. Take a stewing pot, you're just making a big bucket like that out of iron, putting one bone in the top and some water in there, and you get a stewing pot. You get the bucket back, but and I just keep a full bucket on there in case I go mining sometime or I run into some lava. Always have the water on you when you're mining. Makes everything a lot easier. Now, to set up the stewing pot, we need a way to heat it consistently, and you can't heat it with just wood. It needs a more consistent heat source. So pretty much the only way to do that right off the bat is netherrack, and I don't have a nether portal, so that's something we're gonna have to set up here in a minute. But anyway, I'm gonna get all this leather scoured up, and then we'll set one up. Alright, so I have all the leather scoured up, and I've already collected a little bit of dung, but I've been just like tending this little wheat farm manually at the moment, one at a time. So that's how I've been breeding all these. And one thing with Better Wolves Than Wolves changes is I don't need to like click on them manually. I can just toss it, and 2 of them will pick it up, and they'll breed on their own. You'll hear it, and there'll be a little baby in there. I got a lot of cows, so. But yeah, let's go around here, see if there's any in there. Sometimes they get in the way a little bit. I already picked one up, so let's see if we feed one. Yep, somebody did. Alright, now. I already collected a bunch of dung. Got a lot of dung and a lot of scoured leather. So, okay, we need to go to the nether. That was the next thing, right? Yeah, okay. Just grab some obsidian, and I need to make flint and steel real quick. On here, on here. Or is that the other way? Yeah, okay, cool. Now, I don't have a spot in my base yet for it. I can move nether portals later, but for right now, I'm just going to set it up over here. Nether portal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Duke. Alright. Flint and steel. Oops. That's bad. Boom. Alright, cool. And now here we go. To the nether. This is always a pain in the butt. Hopefully I'm not stuck in a big lake of lava. That happened one time. I got knocked off by a gas before I even got all the way in. Alright, cool. Looks like we're safe. Alright. Kind of weird. But anyway, I just need a little bit of netherrack. Just gonna grab a bunch so I don't have to come back in here. See if we can't spot some soul sand, because that becomes a little bit more important later on. Ah, here we go. You can use soul sand as filters for your hopper later on, so grab some right away so you don't have to come back. I mean, it's not a problem to come back, but just in case. And now, I don't want to put my stewing pot in my wooden built structure, so I'm just going to keep it out here for right now. Like again, I have to rebuild everything and I'll make something nice up for that. I just want to level this out a little bit, but I don't have any dirt. Need more dirt. Always got plenty of dirt. I'll have to figure out some sort of terraforming project later on. Okay, but anyway, just take one netherrack. Well, put it down here, light it on fire. I want that. And now we got our stewing pot set up and ready to go. Now, what you do is you just put in items. If I put scoured leather and dung in there, let me go grab 2 more leather real quick. I don't think I had any more. So that means somebody's got to die. Just meat, just meat. Just meat. Oh, come on. I got 1. 2. I got 3. Alright, if I got 3, one of you guys better crap right now. Just run over here to see if I picked anything up. Nope. Alright. Run back over to the millstone. Build these up. And turn it on. Alright, so I put more scoured leather back in here. I'm getting some tanned leather. I didn't mention this, but there's one way to speed this up. Oops, too much. Hopefully I don't die when I'm down here next to the fire. So you can actually speed this up by going with a bigger area. If you go 9 by 9, it'll speed it up even faster. Wipe this all, get it really cooking. Because the high probability of falling in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some stone slabs real quick. And let's see, I'm just going to cover it. And that should still work as far as heat goes. I'm not entirely positive. So somebody might have to correct me on that, but it looks like it's stoking pretty quick. Yeah, it stokes much faster that way. And just cooking away. So, a few other things that we can do here. I'll show you. There's a recipe for donuts and bread. For donuts, which I need to do. See? Wheat floating. Awesome. And then I'm going to plant these again. I can go back up to here to a millstone, and I'll grind that into flour. Alright, so I fed the chickens some seeds. You need seeds in order to lay the eggs, and I got a couple eggs already. One egg out of it already, which hopefully I wanted more, but I don't want to wait that long, so just close behind us. Alright, these dogs haven't pooped anymore, but I did get one more done. I'll show you what happens a little bit. I have the flour. Now I don't have to click it in here, I can actually just toss it in too. And the flour cooks. If you put just flour in, you get donuts. And one donut, you get 4 donuts per flour. And one donut does 1 hunger. Leave 1 donut in there. So I put my dung in. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh yeah, there it is. If you cook it with dung, it turns into foul food, which is something you can't eat, but you can use it to make kibble, which is something to feed the wolves later on. But you get a raw egg when you don't get a chicken, so you always get one or the other, a chicken or a raw egg. When you throw an egg, you can cook it up in a furnace to get fried eggs, or you can put it in a stewing pot to get a poached egg. They're the same hunger each way, so it really doesn't matter. We have our tanned leather. I didn't grab it. The thing is we want to make a saw. So we need iron, wood. Getting some major lag here. I don't think I have any gears left. I must use them all up. Alright, so I'm going to need to make some gears. What am I doing? Need 3 gears. But first you have to make a belt. Belt, you need 1 tan leather, you make 8 straps. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of those. And then to make a belt, you need 4 of those. And we got a belt. We have 3 gears. We have 2 wood. And then we need iron along the top. And we have a saw. Yay! Alright, we have a saw. We have to go over where the power is. Actually, I'm going to look down below. I think I might have left something down here. No, I didn't. Just put it 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have 1 here. Gearbox. And it should be 1, 2, 3, or right here. Where's my axe? Actually, I make it stick up one more. Oh, whoops. So it's like that. There you go. Alright, turn it on. And what we're going to do, since I got rid of all my wood, is we're going to run back out to the chest. Because the next thing we want to do is make a hopper. And for that, we need to make some... This is probably the shortest age to get through. Everything in Better Than Wolves is set up in ages. So I'm just going to cut this apart. So automatically just breaks it. I'm just going to run and collect these real quick into wood sidings. And cut these again into moldings. I'm not going to cut all of them, just a bunch. And the next thing we're going to do is cut them again. One of them again to get corners. Corners are just little pieces. And now you can combine these back up to other ones. And to make a hopper, let's see. You go get gears, make a pressure plate. Turn this off in case it rains. Go to sleep real quick because the sun's going down. Alright. So, let's see. There's our gears. I'm just going to make up one quick. Need a pressure plate. 2 gears, 2 sidings, and a corner at the bottom, and you get a hopper. Hoppers are pretty cool. You can do a lot of different things with them. You can sort stuff out if you need to. There's a few different cool things you can really do with it. But, alright. I'm going to set up for the next thing. So, one second. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out a way to power this. I need more axles. One way that you can use Better Than Wolves is with it has put in some high efficiency recipes. So instead of using a full oak plank or full planks, you can use just the moldings, which is just a quarter of the wood, to get the same thing, and so you get a bunch of axles. Also, 1 molding equals a stick, so that's nothing different. That's just in case you have a lot of them. But anyway, I have 10 axles here. What I'm going to be doing is I have to figure out a way to power the hopper, because I need to get hellfire dust. And the way you get hellfire dust is you grind up netherrack in your millstone to get ground netherrack. And I have to make up some more gearboxes and soul sand. So, oh, quick note: to get more gearboxes, to make more gears, another high efficiency recipe is you just take whatever you have. Oh, it starts screaming like crazy when it does that, which is pretty hilarious. Is you can take corners to the saw and you get gears. So basically just keep at, oops. Oh, and if you put full logs on it, you get sawdust back as well as whatever, as well as the planks. I'm just going to make up a stack of gears here quick. Eventually get this automated out, so I don't have to sit here. I don't want a hole. Ah. Oh, I suck at this game. Alright. Grinding away. I'm just gonna make these all into gears. I got more. Highly exciting. Alright, so I have all this Hellfire dust and a whole stack full of gears, and I still don't have my hopper powered, so I need gearboxes. Redstone. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know if you use siding for this, but probably siding or molding. I'm pretty sure that's a high efficiency recipe. But what I'm gonna do, I need two. Damn it. I need two. God damn it, Gina. I need two. Alright, cool. And yeah, I think we can just go from up here. Just gonna take power out this side. Gearbox up here. Oh, what happened? Oh, I had. If you put 4 in a row while it's underpowered, it'll explode. I was on the wrong thing. Getting turning. Oops. Bring this down here. Oops, too far. Like I said, this is just temporary. And this hopper has a filter area where you can put stuff. If you put soul stand up top, and you throw a round netherrack into it, wow, I can't hit this thing to save my life. Make sure you have the hopper powered when you do this, because otherwise they'll spawn a ghast, which is not good. Yeah, nothing comes through the bottom until you get a soul urn and you put it on the bottom side. But anyway, we have our Hellfire dust, so that's for the next age. Because then we need to process that as concentrated Hellfire. concentrated hellfire dust into our stewing pot. Make sure it's not, your fire's not stoked. We're going to be making a bellows here later, and you don't want to put concentrated hellfire dust in there while it's stoked because it tends to explode. And then we get concentrated hellfire. It takes 8 to make 1. I think we need a lot more, because the next thing we're going to be making is a hibachi. So yeah, I need 3 of them in order to make that. I need a filament too, which is another thing. I gotta look that up. But anyway, I gotta grind more hellfire dust, or grind more netherrack. I should go collect more netherrack. And I need to get some glowstone. So back to the nether. Alright, so we're back from the nether. I kind of leveled this little spot off, and then I also dug a trench to go down under here and this way, because we're going to put our hibachi and our bellows and stuff up here, and that needs power. And I could hook it up to the windmill, but that would take a lot of axles and going a long ways. So we're going to use the secondary, and the one that the form of power we're going to use the most is going to be all done with water wheels. And to make water wheels, actually, yeah, I went and got a bunch of glowstone dust and a bunch of netherrack. I'll just leave all this stuff here for right now. I'm going to need a little bit to make this. I found some magma cream, but yeah. I need slime balls. Put some of this dirt back. Alright. Back up to the saw. Yeah, don't stand on the saw. But yeah. Yeah, don't put it in too quickly, because that can do some adverse results. We need a bunch of sidings to make these. Lots of sidings. And it's also a good thing we did the slime balls, because we found our slime farm. And that's been working so well. Pick these all up. Got a lot to grind away yet. We're going to do a lot more automation and stuff later on, but this is just for right now. Come on, my crafting bench. And then to make a water paddle, we need to make the slime balls here, and we need 9 of these. Or 8. We need 8. Cool. And then you just go all the way around with the wood blades, and you get a water wheel. Now, where do I put my axles? Okay. I think you have to go up a little bit more. There. Isn't that cool? Pretty pretty. Now we have power here. I need to get a few other things together here first. But hellfire dust, stewing pot. I already got 3. Okay, never mind. Then we can do the filament part, which I think is just 1 string. Do I have any strings left? I made up a bow. I got an inventory. Never mind. I need redstone dust. Need 1 string, 1 glowstone, 1 redstone. I think that's it. Is that not it? Son of a bitch. How do I make a filament? Oh, okay. That's gotta go in the stewing pot. Weird. Oh, you can use hemp fiber too. But I have string. I only need 1. Three of these, 1 filament. I need smooth stone, 4 smooth stone. Filament, stone, stone, redstone, concentrated hellfire. Boom, hibachi. All right. Hibachis are pretty cool. They're like burning netherrack, but you can turn them off, which makes things really cool. I'm actually going to stick this down a little bit. How am I going to do this? I gotta figure out how to wire this thing. Let me fire! Fire on the switch. Alright, cool. Now, coming back up to the netherrack to see how this is going on. And we got a lot. A lot of ground netherrack. A lot of hellfire dust. Alright, anyway. The next thing we want to do is create a bellows to run the hibachi. To put on the hibachi, not to run it. Now, to make a bellows, we need some gears. 2 gears. We need to make up a belt, so we need 4 of these. Need 3 tan leathers. I got plenty of sidings, so belt, gears, leather, siding, and we got a bellows. Now a bellows needs mechanical power to work, but it also needs to be switched on and off. I need more axles and gears. Hang on. Alright, so I made up my bellows, and it's going, the thing is powered, but you see there's only 1 high flame. The thing is you need to stop and start the power, and alternating, you need to alternate it. So I'm just going to show you to demonstrate with this quick. Try not to fall off again. It blows hot. It'll blow hot for like 10 seconds and then it dies. So we need to figure out, get a way to alternate it on and off. The easiest way to do that is done with a redstone current to the gearbox. But in order to do that efficiently, I need another siding. Everything's all kind of spread out right now just because I need to get everything else built. I don't have... I'm going to go higher up the tech tree to get everything unlocked so I can... Once I get everything unlocked, then I can start designing and building more important stuff and more permanent structures and more permanent settlements. So I'm just trying to get everything all kind of halfway together here. Be a visual glitch. But anyway, I'm gonna make a turntable really quick. And to make a turntable, it's just 1 gear at the bottom. Oh wait, I need more stone. Smooth stone. Let's just grab a stack. Dirt back. Okay. Smooth stone. I'm gonna make up 2, just because the next thing I'm gonna make is a pottery. And of course I don't make enough slabs, because I'm an idiot. Alright. But anyway, this does it for the turntable. And I have a redstone torch. So what I'm gonna do, let's see here. Just to get it up there. I'm actually gonna put it here. Wait. Oh, what's going on? I'm having a visual glitch problem here. I gotta restart this thing. Something's not right. Alright, so I got this all set up now. I have a turntable, which I'll get to in a minute, and I have 2 torches on top of a stone block, a little bit of redstone on top of that. What this is doing is it's turning on and off the mechanical power. You can see the bellows are expanding and contracting. And you have to run the axles and gearboxes. The gearbox axle has to come up through the bottom for the turntable. When you turn it on, you see you get the 1 high flame. When the bellows, you get the 2 high flame. Big flame. That's what you need for the crucible and the kiln. Alright, I have my secondary turntable. Put it out here, and I wired it, or I hooked it up with axles and gearboxes to right here. And now the next thing is to make clay bricks. I have clay. Alright, getting back into this, I went and got some more clay. Clay is going to be a pretty important thing, so you're going to need a lot of it. And to make a kiln, you just need to surround one space on 4 sides above a double stoked hibachi. I mean, you could do, if you do a 9 pattern like we did over here, it'll work faster, but you don't need that for right now. I don't need it for now, because what I really need is just a crucible. And yeah, I should have showed you that a little bit easier, but yeah, there's different ways to do that. But yeah, these different settings is the speed on how fast it goes around, and the amount of turns is what you get for an output. So just 2 complete turns and you get a crucible. And now you just gotta fire it until it's I figured it out. I was just too close to the bottom. I was too far away, so you really have to have the bottom brick right in the hibachi. The bottom brick must be the second flame. So alright, there we go. Now I have a crucible. Yay! Let's fire off again. Okay. Now, I somehow lost one of the bricks, so okay, now we can make tons of fun stuff. We have our kiln. Alright, so now I have I've set up another gearbox and another bellows with a hibachi underneath it, and set the crucible on top of that within the second flame area. I don't even need this switch shuts off both hibachis now, and I don't need to retime it because it's running off of this one, so they're both working perfectly. So I have an entire battery right here. Now, the next thing to do is to make soul urns, because we want to make soul forged steel. Primary goal is to smelt steel, so if there's a few things that we need to do. First of all, we need to grab some coal. I had some more up here. Yeah, because we need to make coal dust. Get that out of here. And this is gonna. I need coal dust, and I also need. And I also need hellfire dust too. Wait, carbon powder. Ah, it does work. Okay, never mind. It's just wanting to grind the netherrack first, which is okay because I need that too. But while that's doing that, we need to make soul urns. So the first thing we need to do is take clay, put it on our notice it just gets smaller and smaller. With the crucible, the planter, the flower pot. An urn. Yay! We got an urn. So I'm just going to keep doing this for a while until we get a bunch of these made up. Alright, I made up about 14. I made up about 14 and fired them 14 so far. 17 total urns. The thing is, you just put it in here and it turns to gravel looking. And then it'll just pop off on its own. But yeah, you just take a clay block, put it on there, let it go around until you get an urn, and then break it off before it actually disappears. So. It only takes one clay ball to make an urn, so it actually gets pretty proficient. It takes 4 to make a block, but then the clay comes off. Falls off while you're turning it. Last one, come on. Count. Alright, cool. So we're going to go in here. And I changed this around so the hopper is going sideways, so I have room to put the urn underneath the soul hopper. We'll pick all this stuff up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the netherrack, should take 8 of them. And then you get a soul urn. Pretty cool, huh? You just gotta keep doing that. Oops. The hellfire dust is a byproduct of this whole process. So, but I'm just gonna keep filling all these up. All right. So then the last thing I'm gonna show you guys before we end up this episode is how to make steel. So now we have our soul urn, we have our carbon powder, and we need iron. Just grab some iron real quick. We have our crucible, it's stoked, it's on. Just throw some iron in there, some carbon powder, and soul urns. And away it goes. And we need steel to make pretty much everything else on the end of this, and then we're pretty much done with the age of steel. We can make anything that we need. It just takes a lot of stuff. We need to make an anvil next, but so we need quite a few. soul urns. The soul urns take a while. I went and got more netherrack. Yeah, it just takes a bunch of time to get through all that because you need to make an urn for each one to make some steel. But all the tools that you make are usually pretty good, and the armor's the best you can get. But there's some drawbacks for it. So, but anyway, until next time, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Just like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thanks a lot. Bye.